Yo, what's good, everybody? And thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry Sisters review. This is season 5, episode 7, entitled Ego Trip. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, you already know what it is and what it always will be. I just want to give a disclaimer because I know there are some people who don't actually watch the episodes, but listen to my review. There is a domestic situation that happened within the episode, so I am going to talk about it. Just don't want to trigger anybody. There is some physical abuse, physical assault. So I just wanted to put that out there, and I'm going to start with that story first. And this is with Danny and Noah. I mean Jonah. Damn it. Both of them names in the Bible. I got a little confused. Jonah, Danny and Jonah. So, we pick up basically where we left off with them. They're in the bed. Is very awkward. It's not going well. So Danny goes into the restroom and she makes a phone call to Andy. And basically she tells Andy that if there was, now I might get a little explicit in this review. I'm just gonna be honest. So basically Danny is saying that if there was a contest for the smallest penis, Jonah would win pretty much. And so Andy is telling her to get him out her house. You need to call Preston. Like, girl, just call Preston, pretty much. And so when Danny comes back out of the restroom, they attempt to have sex again. And it's just not working. Like, it's not happening. So Danny basically like, this ain't finna work. Like, she's trying her best not to say something that is insulting, but it doesn't work because he called her the B word. And after he did that, she just let it rip. Now, let me just say, before I get to the seriousness of this, to men, I'm a woman, so I can't empathize with you. But if you got a small dick, okay, I'm just saying, it's small before you get to my house. It's small before we set up this date. You can't have a small dick and be a 30-second man. You got to pick your battle, sir. You got to pick one. You can't be both. And because you probably can't change the first one, you need to, your time need to be up. You know what I'm saying? But I just had to get that out there because, many women have been tricked. I myself had someone, this was years ago, he talked a big game. Big game talk was the only thing that was big on his body. Nothing else matched. And I was highly disappointed because I'm like, he talking, but he was talking good. And it just wasn't there. But anyway, back to the seriousness of this. So basically, after Jonah called her the B word, Danny just let it rip. She told him that he was small, so on and so forth. And you could tell something was shifting. Now, for those of us who watched the episodes, you knew something was wrong with this guy when we initially saw him at the bar. We just knew something wasn't right. He was off in many ways. So he gives Danny this look, and you could tell his ego is bruised. His ego is shattered. And without warning anything, he slapped the shit out of Danny. Now that, I had my mouth open. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding. He slapped the hell out of her, and I was just flabbergasted. And that's how the episode ended. And, I just hope that this is a warning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually glad that Tyler did write this because when you don't, not that someone can't surprise you because they very well can, but when you having these randoms come to your house, your safe haven, where you're supposed to be safe, where you're supposed to have peace, you have to think twice about that. And I know I was just one. I had to really, really like you for you to know where I lived. I don't play those games about you popping up at my house, coming to my house. No, sir. And so I'm like, I just hope it is a cautionary tale, about stop inviting these random people to your house that you really don't know. And when you already sense the energy changing, when you can already see the red flags, leave those people where they are. Leave them out of your space, out of your world, out of your life. So we get to Calvin and Q. Let me just say this. I was trying to maybe I could bring some humor to this. I can't. Okay, I can't. Every time we get to them, and I just think we spent too much time with them in this episode, even though there was not a lot happening in this episode. This is probably going to be a very, very short review. Out of all the TV I've ever watched in my life, and I'm talking about going back to my childhood when I used to watch Alf and A Different World and Roseanne and Cheers and all them shows, I'm talking about all those old shows, to my life now. Every TV show I've ever watched, every storyline I've ever come across, this has to be Q and Calvin has to be the most insulting storyline I have ever witnessed in my life. Honestly. So, I'm going to set the scene. Calvin comes in the house. We see Q snorting coke. And he has all these interesting looking people in the house. They're in Calvin's room. They doing all sorts of stuff. We see one girl who's actually attempting to steal the microwave. And I'm like, what? It looked like a damn circus. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? What is this? Somebody stole the TV. I said, what the hell? And going back to what I said in my preview breakdown, trailer breakdown, Calvin, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I said, Jesus, if Calvin asked this man this question one more time, something is wrong with Q. We already know this. There is a problem. And the fact that you won't call the police, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Q is just running amok in these people's homes. And he's smart enough to know that Calvin can't kick him out because Calvin is not on the lease. And I said, Calvin, that's your damn fault. Because when you moved in with Maurice, y'all should have went down there to that leasing office, added your name to that lease, paid them the money for your little background check, bro, application fee, all of that. Y'all should have did it the legit way. Now you have no standing to kick this man out your house. It's just stupid. It is such a horrible, it is a despicable storyline. And I want so much more for Anthony. He deserves so much more, respectfully, sir. I love him as an actor, but this Calvin situation it's not it. Respectfully, it's just not it. So let's get to, it was another scene with Gary and Hayden. I don't even know what the hell they was talking about. I know they were in the bar. They was getting drunk or lit. And they were talking about the leverage of Robin. And they were trying to bring Andy into it too. Basically, how many shares Gary would get if Andy was to say yes when he called her to go over. It was just a lot. And I just didn't care. I don't care for Gary. I don't care for Hayden. I think that even though Sisters is coming back for a season 6, I think season 5 is definitely showing that Tyler Perry don't give a damn about this show. You know what I'm saying? It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible at this point. And the fact that Fatima, Karen, Aaron, Zach has been the storyline that he has used to keep people engaged, and it has become incredibly boring to watch week after week. But nevertheless, let's get into that. So Fatima comes. Miss Lisa tells her, "Oh, Fatima, you're cute, you're beautiful. You're just in time," because Karen is about to tell Zach exactly how she feels, as if this is normal. As if this is the right way to handle things as a damn adult. And for those who have been listening to me, I have talked about this construct of closure that I just don't necessarily believe in. I don't believe that someone has to know how you feel for you to move on, for you to heal, for you to process your hurt, your anger, your disappointment. Because there are some people who will not grant you that, who will not come and listen to you. And I don't think anybody should have that type of power over your healing process. If they don't want to talk to you, listen to you, so be it. They have these things. You write yourself a letter. You look at yourself in the mirror and you read it to you. You get it out there. You look at you and deal with you. And that's one of the things that I know a lot of people, some people was upset with me last week because they felt like I gave Karen a pass. And I was like, y'all just wait. I need to hear this letter she writes Zach. And then if she don't do what I think she need to do, then I'm going to get in her ass too. Well, it's here. I'm going to get in Karen's ass. But she begins to, so Fatima comes in. She sits next to Zach. She tells Zach, you're not going to kiss me? I said, I know that's right. We ain't finna change because we in this chick house. That would have been my attitude. I'm just saying. So, so he does. He obliges her or whatnot. And Miss Lisa explains to Fatima in detail what this night is about. And so Fatima thought it was a good idea. I'm sorry. I'm with Zach. I think it's a bad idea. It's a horrible idea. But nevertheless. So Fatima had her own letter, which personally I thought was damn near genius. I thought it was dope because I understand in Fatima's mind, it's like, oh, Karen is not about to be the only person who is expressing herself because I got some things I need to say too. I got some things I need to get off my chest. And I was all the way here for it because one of the issues I had with this whole scenario is because I did not feel that it was fair for Karen to be the only person to be able to express herself. Because if we all be honest about it, these last couple 2 seasons, all the hell that has broke loose in Karen's life has been because of Karen, has been because her refusal to let go, and has caused her to have this stress, to cause her to have all these things going on in her life. She brought it on to herself. And that's just how I personally feel about it. And so Zach kept asking, why is he there? Especially when Karen began to read her letter. And honestly, I didn't blame him. Now I'm all here for you expressing yourself. But the issue that I had was Karen did not take any personal accountability and responsibility for the things that she allowed. But anyway, Zach said that after Karen read her letter and got it all out there, or what she was willing to express, because the way she ended it, she balled the letter up and threw it on the ground. And I'm guessing there was more to the letter, but she stated, that's all I'm willing to say. And I'm like, this is why this shit wasn't gonna work. Because we get in here with these immature ass adults who don't want to be honest and real about it. And it's just, I just feel like it was a waste of 5 episodes. Because what happened? What got accomplished? Nothing. Nothing happened because at the end, Karen screamed for everybody to get out her house. She got mad because Fatima was there. And at this point, Karen is well aware that she is giving this energy to Fatima and Fatima doesn't deserve it. Yet Karen is continuing to do it. So I remember there was someone who commented in one of my, under the comments from the last video I did of the review. And basically she was saying that, riding for Karen. And Karen is my dog too. So I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, it's hard for me to have a respect for Karen's feelings when she doesn't value anyone else's either. Like, she just out here like the sun don't set and rise on you. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I got a problem with that. That's my personal opinion. Got an issue with that. So as she's reading her letter, she talks about how, she's sorry that she wasted so much money on him and time on him and love on him. And, Zach was like, I gave you $75,000. And she said, and it still wasn't enough. I said, now hold on, sis. Hold on. Because when Zach initially gave Karen that money, sis was grateful. She was appreciative because it was during that time where she was losing all her clients. And so Zach money came as, oh, thank you. Like, I needed this. This was right on time. And now it's not enough. Now it's not enough. And I think I just have to equate this to Tyler Perry's sloppy ass writing, because we all, for those of us who watched, we all saw Karen move on. We all saw Karen truly begin to genuinely fall for Aaron, because last week when she began to read the letter to him, she said, I didn't want you initially, like at first, but then her feelings began to change, and we saw that. We saw those walls beginning to come down. We saw her softening up. We saw her becoming more vulnerable with Aaron. Like, we saw that. And it was a lot of things that I saw. I had some people who were messaging me during the episode, and when she made the statement, how when I look at Aaron, I see you. And it was like, what she mean by that? She lying. This is what I will say to this. I can't remember the specific episode, but it was that episode. It was after they had sex, and I think it's where it was episode he asked Karen to marry him, or they should get married. And Karen told him that what scared her about him was that he acted like Zach in the beginning of her relationship with Zach. This is how Zach was. This is how Zach represented himself. And then he basically became another person. And I was like, that's the best, you know what I'm saying, I could give. That's that as far as what she meant when she said that. And so that's how I felt about that. I just felt like, you know, it was just rough. Cause I was like, Karen, time out, 20-second time out. Yeah, the things that you're upset about, sis, and I'm not saying Zach, I'm not taking the fault off of him. However, I believe for a lot of women, I've had this conversation with many of my friends when they want to blame what this man did, what he doing, what he ain't doing. And my question is, why are you allowing that? Why are you allowing that? And there was someone in my comment, and I do appreciate you. I don't know if I responded to you or not, but you were talking about how when your dude cheated on you, that was a one and done. That was your deal breaker, and you were gone. I'm that person too. I'm not God. So I'm not a lover of a second and third chance. I don't do all that. Now, cheating is a deal breaker for me, because cheating is something that you have to consciously make a decision to do. It is very intentional. And that is something that I can't process. I don't even know how I can look at you the same, knowing that you betrayed my trust like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I have that in me. I can forgive you, but I can't deal with you no more. And the reality is, Karen didn't require anything from Zach. Only to be dicked down, to be given pleasure in a sexual manner. That's it. That is it. And you know, Zach, well, this is how every woman always treated me. And I'm like, bruh, I just feel like, to me, honestly, Zach and Karen are two individuals who just don't own up to their shit. And for that, they make a horrible couple. I don't understand it. Now, this is another thing that got me. Ms. Lisa asked, did he have anything to say? He said no. I was very upset. I was so pissed at Tyler. I'm like, you made us sit through all of this, and Zach don't have nothing to say? He has nothing to say. He's lying, but all right. And then she goes to Aaron. She asked him, does he have anything to say? And he can't. And he was like, you know, I still love you, even though all of this stuff happened, and I still want to show you. Aaron wants her. You know, that's just what it is. Zach gets so angry by the mere sight of Aaron, by the mere sound of Aaron's voice. He was looking like he was about to have a damn conniption sitting up in that chair. And I was like, oh, Fatima, you got to ask him about this. Like, you got to ask him, where is this energy coming from? That was my hope. But my hope was shattered later on through in the episode, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. And I'm just like, what is it about Aaron? So when they were trying to find out the dates, he was like, yeah, because, you know, he always come after me. Like, he always. And I'm like, Zach is an asshole. Zach is an asshole. Y'all know I can't stand that nigga. I don't like that nigga. I despise the fact that every time Zach is in Aaron's presence, he brings up Fawn's suicide. And my thing is, do you know how low of a person you have to be to bring up someone's wife offing themselves every chance you get? That's why some things with Zach, I just can't function. Like, I just can't deal with this as a person. You have to be a low down ass person to do that. That's why I can't stand Zach. To me, there is no pass for that. There is no justification for that. There is no excuse anyone can tell me that makes that okay. That's shiesty as hell that Zach does that, and I can't stand that. And then when Aaron responds like, oh, he tough now. Nigga, you act like y'all didn't have a fight. You act like y'all haven't been physical with each other. Like, I just don't understand it. Then as they were leaving, so Fatima felt she had something to say. Now, let me say, Fatima was me in this situation. Fatima has been patient. Fatima has been kind. Fatima has shown compassion to Karen while some other women would have, put hands on her or disrespected her. And I was glad that Fatima set the standard for what you will not do. You will not call me a B again. We're not going to have that problem. You and Zach, I understand how you feel, but you and Zach are over. And I need you to understand that. Period. All this popping up at the house, calling me out my name. Miss Lisa wasn't aware of this. Is that what you've been doing? You need to apologize. Mama, whose side you on? I'm on the side of right. Period. It don't matter who's standing on it. That's the side I'm on. Now, I'm going to get to Miss Lisa in a minute because she been pushing a nerve. But so Fatima made her stance, and she was just trying to figure out basically who is the father of this child. But Zach and Aaron had sex with Karen within the same week. So it's going to be hard to figure out because Fatima was like, tell her to count 10 days from her period, then 11 days, and then she could tell her ovulation. Sis was specific. Do you hear me? Fatima was specific as hell. And I was like, sis, so you just gonna let the cat out the bag. How you know this? Okay, but we'll get to that in a little minute. So she told Miss Lisa, as her and Zach were leaving, that Karen was lucky to have a mother like her. And, Miss Lisa was talking about how, when you have kids, you'll know you don't want them to hurt. You don't want them. And I said, Miss Lisa, baby, I understand that. But Karen is not a child. I know she'll always be your child, but she's not a child. She's a grown-ass woman who got herself in this situation, who slept with 2 men in the same week, and this is the ramifications for her decision-making. And that's just what it is. You can't go through life shielding your children from these type of things, especially when they put themselves in it. And, I get it. I get it, and I understand it. So, like I said, Karen screams for everyone to get out. She told them that they have overstayed their welcome when Fatima started talking, and it was just childish. Karen was childish. This whole thing was just childish and dumb as hell. So anyway, everybody leave. We get to Zach and Fatima's house. They're in bed. And it was the fact that Fatima had to explain this thing to Zach 20 times for him to kind of understand where Fatima was coming from, where Karen was coming from. Because Fatima told him that she understood where Karen was coming from. She believed everything that Karen said. And that's the thing I will say. Fatima has always been fair when it comes to Karen's side of things. She's always been fair to me in that sense. And Zach asked her a question. He was like, how did you know about all that, add 10, take away 11 and do this? And Fatima straight up lied. Now, in the midst of the people having this conversation, Karen stated that she didn't even know what a healthy relationship looked like. And Zach was like this, pointing at him and Fatima, this is what a healthy relationship looked like. I said, that's bullshit. If I ever heard of it, that's straight bull. And it furthermore showed because Fatima lied. Fatima straight up lied in Zach's face. Now, I don't know if Tyler is saving that to come out in Zatima. But if he was, he shouldn't have put it on SISTAS because Fatima lied. She told Zach that, I forgot what lie she made up. Like, if I can count. If I couldn't count, I'd be pregnant by you. So it was just a lie. But the reality is, for those who do not watch Zatima, Fatima was pregnant by Ian. And she allowed Ian to convince her to terminate her pregnancy. And before she was even healed from that, he had moved on and married the chick that we find out about in SISTAS. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ian was an asshole for that. Downright dirty person for that. But Fatima, she was pregnant, so she understands how this works. But Zach doesn't know this as of yet. He is completely oblivious to this situation. And I was like, but this is a healthy relationship? Healthy relationship, my ass. But that's what happened. I said, I'm so sick of Tyler Perry. I'm so sick of Tyler Perry with this whole situation. It's just a lot. It's just a lot going on. It's a lot going on. We still ain't seen Sabrina. We still ain't seen Maurice. Andy's supposed to be going to see Sabrina the next day. Speaking of Andy, and Gary comes over. I'm so sick of them. I can't with them. Every time I see Andy and Gary, I'm just like, this is so damn toxic. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. They back to the I love yous. They back to the oh, I'm just kidding. What made you change? Now, mind you, they already done had sex. And then she asked him, they've had sex before when Danny came over. She asked him, what made you change your mind? What, you couldn't be intimate with me. Now you can. And I'm like, Heifer, do you really care? Do you really care? Oh, I got over it. It was dumb. It was stupid. It was this. I said, Andy, there are times that I'd be really rooting for Andy. You know what I'm saying? But I've come to the place of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that rooting for Andy is like rooting for Satan. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't know what the hell this situation was about, but I was so mad that Fatima did not ask Zach about his attitude towards Aaron. For me as a woman, if my dude responded to his ex's dude like that, it's something going on, baby. We got to talk about this. Why does he make you that angry? Why does he make you that mad? The fact that you can't even keep still when he's talking, that's a problem. You let this man disturb your energy like that. But that's all I got to say, because this episode just was for the damn birds. But speaking of birds, for those who will be eating turkey tomorrow, I hope that you guys have a great holiday. If you celebrate it, it's a lot of people having Friendsgiving. They chilling with their friends and stuff like that. You're chilling with your family. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy it. Have fun. Life is short. We are but a mist, as the Bible say. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. I just hope you guys have a great time with your loved ones and your respective people tomorrow. Until next time, I will holler at y'all later. Y'all be safe out there.